Hello everyone, it's Theme Park Avenue, I'm Eric. Recently I went on a theme park trip to the UK, and you might think I went to places like Alton Towers and Thorpe Park. But no, I was there for one park, Potato City. Potato City is run by business mastermind Mr. Potato, and is perhaps the biggest and most popular theme park in the entire nation. I was super excited to visit, and it has almost as much hype around it as Disney World, so I was sure it was going to be the best. It is plenty to enjoy, however, there are definitely some issues I'd love to see improved. But are they enough to keep it from being the best theme park in the entire world? Let's find out. First off, getting to the park. Not far from Potato City is a potato farm. And this is not like Hershey's Chocolate World. There's no dark ride or make your own french fry experience. It's just a real farm, disconnected from the park. I find it misleading. It would be like having a grove of cedar trees right next to Cedar Point, or a different universe right next to Universal. Of course you can get the two confused. It's bizarre, very confusing to me. Also, the reason there's a bit of footage with this 7-foot tall pig-like girl and her family, in most of the shots actually, is they just happen to be in the park and most of the same areas that I was that whole time. Now here's the real kicker. I turned around and saw the park itself. Two things jump out. One, the light pollution is crazy. I cannot believe the farmer has not complained about the lights and the noise at night. There's no way that's still allowed. And that level of lighting can throw off the potato's growth cycle, can really harm the environment. It should be dealt with. Also, the park is atop of the hill. I like that. There's great parks on hills, things like Silver Dollar City. However, the parking is at the bottom of the hill. You have to walk all the way up this mountain that, based on the Ferris wheel height, is at least 700 feet tall. It's absolutely ridiculous they don't have any tram ride or other transportation. But maybe that's because the park's built on a hill where the grade is at least 60 degrees? Why did they do this? It's not a great start to the day. Also, when I looked at that park, I saw that they intentionally released like a dozen balloons into the air, and that's pretty bizarre. They hate the environment and hate transportation. I guess they want to make you exercise, but anyway, on to the park itself. After walking through the entrance gate that makes the Walt Disney statue look modest, I walked right in because I bought my ticket online ahead of time like a pro. I overheard the 7-foot tall pig and her family. They were talking to an employee as they bought tickets at the gate for a higher price than if they got them online like me. The employee was this rabbit-like woman, and this leads into a quick tangent. Every business I came across in my stay in the town nearby had an identical rabbit working at it. The grocery store, the gas station, the bus. It was crazy. Either this town is some Oompa Loompa situation where the rabbits were brought here to work for everyone, or it's one person trying to put food on the table for the family. In which case, I respect the hustle. Anyway, the rabbit said it was a pretty quiet day for the park, which was concerning given how many people were in the entrance plaza. The final thing on this encounter was the pig people definitely did not give any money for the tickets, so if you see them, remember they are wanted criminals. Upon entering, Mr. Potato himself arrived, and given that his mouth moves as he talks, this is clearly not a man in costume. He's either a living potato, a guy who really skipped leg day, or an animatronic. I think it's one of the latter two because when he did some stretches, his muscles squeaked like an old swing set. So he tells all the kids the park's slogan, Potato City, where the magic of vegetables never ends. And I think that slogan is beyond stupid. I know it's trying to go for that Disney magic slogan, but the magic of vegetables is some power of friendship garbage. Of course, all the kids say, ooh, because they're brainwashed. Then Potato Boy says the park teaches about how vegetables grow and make you fit and healthy. But this is a lie. There are no attractions that teach you about the importance of vegetables. This would be like if Velocicoaster was advertised as educational, because it teaches you how dinosaurs make people dead and not healthy. It's ridiculous. Anyway, he encourages us all to ride the Potato Rocket. This is the lone roller coaster in the park. The kids all got on in front of me, but I filmed this encounter and found some odd problems with the ride. One thing I noticed is the back two seats in each car have no lap bar. So have fun on that loop, children. It will be your final destination. So these kids are all 4 years old, they can ride by themselves, which, disregarding the lap bar thing, is reasonable enough. They are 7 feet tall anyway. Then there's this 2-year-old pig boy who can ride with an adult. And I don't care if he's 5 feet tall, 2-year-olds should not be on looping roller coasters. The boy's dad got on and said, "Make it quick," and the ride operator said, "Oh, it's very quick." He's a legend. Anyway, that traumatized the little kid enough that he got off. And yeah, poor kid and all, but that was so funny. So after that ordeal, I finally got on. There was no one in line behind me because I guess nobody else goes past the entrance plaza. But that's a good choice because this ride is mediocre yet terrifying. So first of all, the ride completely stops at the top of the hill, as if it's supposed to be a dive coaster or something. Second, there are no upstop wheels, meaning the train can and probably has just fallen out of the loop before. Third, this ride is the drop, the loop, and that's it. It just circles back to the station after that. Even the euthanasia coaster at least had a few more inversions. It's a pretty fast ride, and the fire that comes out of the back is either a nice lighting effect or super dangerous. But this layout is awful, and the ride is not safe. I can't believe I went on it, but, you know, you do what you have to for the credits. On the way to the next area, I saw some cardboard cutouts you can put your head in to look like a vegetable. And even though I got a minute of footage of that, it's not really a noteworthy thing. Anyway, on to the dinosaur garden. This area has beautiful theming, with some great palm tree foliage, and a more convincing backdrop than that terrible Potato Rocket one. Unfortunately, I think Potato Man put all of his money into that scenery and a few massive potato replicas around the park, because his dinosaur robot car things look awful. You can see all of the screws in them, and legitimately they have googly eyes put on them. I'm pretty sure sitting in this would give you tetanus. Their joints sound like Mr. Potatoes, now proving he is actually a robot. He says this is an accurate replication of how dinosaurs would have looked roaming the earth together, but some pseudo-intellectual 2-year-old elephant man comes in and says, "Actually, those dinos are from different time periods." Mr. Potato says, "How do you know?" And instead of showing fossil records, the kid just mentions being a self-proclaimed clever clogs. Whatever a clever clogs is, that sounds like some sort of plumbing business. That kid is definitely going to be a theme park YouTuber one day. Some other sheep kid asks a more reasonable question. Why are there dinosaurs in Potato City? And Potato Bezos over here admits that it's because kids like dinosaurs. There it is, folks. He ruined the beautiful, cohesive vegetable theme by selling out to pander to children. I guess the fact that their feeble minds are easily manipulated by cheap dinosaurs and talentless theme park owners is no skin off of this potato. Survival of the fittest. I have no respect for this sort of thing. It's like Disney IP pandering. Awful. And now, we have the vegetable roundabout swing thing. He couldn't even name his rides! And on the website, this ride isn't even listed. None of the rides on the website are actual rides at Potato City. Side note, there is no safety harness on the carousel, which is not the most dangerous ride to have no seatbelt on, but still. The young pork chop girl was saying she likes Potato City because it teaches you about vegetables, proving she was brainwashed because you don't actually learn that, and she'll probably be taking her kids to the park in the future because of that phony good reputation. There are 2 other rides you can see in this shot, I'll touch on them real quick. The potato wheel is a terrifying Ferris wheel because the loading platform is a good 30 feet below the ride, so if you get on, good luck getting down. They also have this massive potato slide, and I think it was actually pretty cool and honestly my favorite thing in the whole park. So all in all, Potato City has some serious safety violations, an awful location, delinquent guests, obnoxious guests, a confused theme, false advertising, and a robot is running the whole thing. However, I can't help but enjoy this park. It has some excellent rides and theming, and even on a crowded day, they did genuinely manage to keep the lines pretty well, so I've never really had to wait that long, and that's a big plus. As a result, it really lives up to the hype, and I would consider it the best amusement park in the world. Everyone stop, this is important. Mr. Potato brainwashed me in the park. I'm fighting as much as I can, but he's trying to make me promote the park so we can make more money. So whatever you do not go to Potato City. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed my review, and make sure you go to Potato City, where the magic of vegetables never ends. I'll see you next time.